Welcome to Walled Off, people.
Hey peeps, welcome to episode, season 2.
5. Yeah. Episode 5, season 2. Today we're getting into how to find your personal style and what that looks like.
Yeah, bear with us first 15 minutes. We kind of get around to like how we came up with this. Nina had her download, and then we talk about following the crowd versus stepping outside of that, and finding your own inspiration, embodying it, and the steps it takes and the years it takes. And we gave some actual tangible examples this episode from our own wardrobes, from our own vibes, our own experiences. And it's fun. It's like a fun, kind of invigorating, super moon charged epi.
Yeah. And so if you're interested in finding your own sense of personal style and like what that looks like, how to like align that with like your own authentic nature, I think you're really going to get something good out of this. If you're sick of the whole like following the masses, like clean girl aesthetic, Carolyn Bessette, blah, blah, blah. Not that anything is wrong with those aesthetics, but if you're sick of like always getting pushed into trends, I think that this is a refreshing reminder of how to kind of pull inspiration from something, but then make it your own.
Yeah. And feel good in your skin. I think we ended on that note. Like all of this is about feeling good in your own body, in your own wardrobe, and how that like carries over into all the good things, all other good things.
Yeah. So we hope you enjoy, and we love you guys, and we'll catch you on the next one. Hey,
good
beautiful
morning.
people. Welcome back to Walled Off. It's your hosts, Nina and Caroline.
Welcome. How you doing today, Neen?
I'm doing pretty good. It's a beautiful day over here, and the sun is shining, and that makes me happy.
Good. We got a little gloom going, but I think that matches the energy I need because it's been sunny and 75 for like weeks since I got back from my trip. Need the gloom. Had a crazy full moon last night, and I love a little morning. We don't normally do a morning. It's 10 a.m. for me, and I'm having a little coffee. So
I like that for you. I like a morning episode. I know.
Me too.
Morning for me though would be like your 5 a.m. It's
true.
1 p.m. over here right now. So
we should test the waters on all these things though, because sometimes I wake up at 6 a.m. and have like the best ideas, and I'm like, oh my god, flow.
Oh, I fire off at 6 a.m.
It's rare for me, but it can happen. It happened the other day, and I texted my girlfriends on a Saturday, and I was like, I've been up since 6. I need to walk. I need to come over, and it was like 9 a.m.
Always like, leading up to a full moon. Always leading up. I'm like up. Yeah, I'm just up in the middle of the night.
Supercharged. Oh, I didn't sleep a wink last night. Literally. That's also, I had too much caffeine yesterday, but I actually think it was also the moon.
No, it's probably just the moon.
Yeah, probably. That was one of the craziest moons I've seen. Speaking of moons, our obsession.
Well, it's been cloudy every single night here.
Damn.
It's the manufactured clouds. I'm literally watching these like little government planes. I don't know. I know.
No, it's real.
Everyone put on your tinfoil hats.
A friend of mine was talking about chemtrails in high school, and it was like way before the time, but like I'm into it. Okay.
I mean, I'm not into it. I'm not just going to knock it out because it sounds crazy. I've heard crazier things.
I've heard way crazier things.
That's
You're
what
kidding?
I'm saying. I'm like, there's pedophile rings, yet I'm like going to question like weather manipulation.
That's right.
Yeah. Let's just like be fucking for real.
Or them trying to make us sick because literally everyone in America is sicker than in any other country. Like, checks out, you know?
Exactly. Exactly.
But anyway, probably not our favorite topic. There's so much to catch up on, but today Nina come in hot with like a specific idea, fun concept, discussion about finding your style. Is that the overarching thing? Finding your vibe. Specific. This could be related to anything. It could be your aesthetic when it comes to your house, your fashion sense. Just like I have some people in my life where it's like their vibe carries over into everything they do. It's not just what you physically see. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
no, it's like, have you ever hung out with a friend and after they leave, their vibe is still lingering?
Yes. Or they have
do you know
scent.
What I'm talking about? Yeah. Yes. It's everything.
I love when people have like a scent. Yeah, it's just energy. It's just this beautiful energy. But we'll talk. Nina and I love to get up in the clouds, but today we'll talk more like tangible about. I mean, it'll get back and forth from the clouds, but like this tangible concept of finding your style.
Yeah, and it all started because it's Caroline and I cannot talk frequently throughout the week, or
Yep.
else there's nothing to talk about here. But I sent her a voice note and I said something along the lines of, if I see one more goddamn video about Carolyn Bessette and how to copy her style and what you need to have a Carolyn Bessette wardrobe,
Yeah.
etc., then I'm gonna lose my goddamn mind.
Yeah.
And you know what? Okay, so it's not that I don't like Carolyn Bessette's style. It's beautiful. It's not like I have nothing against her and her
No, it's
vibe and
gorgeous.
her
She's
shtick. Yeah,
gorgeous. It's a
and period.
feeling like we're all like a fan. Everyone's a
Yeah,
fan. If you're not a fan, like check yourself because it's just elegant, it's beautiful, it's simple. You can't question it.
it's perfectly
Calvin
tailored. It's
Klein, like we love it.
yeah, like peak 90s. There's
Mhm.
nothing against her and her style. And I'm putting like Hailey Bieber in this category, Kendall Jenner in this category, just any kind of like style icon in this category.
Mhm.
It's not that we have the issue with. It's the sheepish reaction of like all the girls being like I need to copy this. That I'm like,
Yes.
guys, you have lost the
Yes.
plot. Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
mhm.
Mhm.
So that's kind of
That's
where
a conversation starter because this is we'll poo poo on it all for a second and then we'll come around to the positivity part of this. But the poo poo
correct.
is social media ruins everything
Sure.
because this has always been a phenomenon, but like the way in which, because think about the generations, like I'm sure when Britney Spears is up there in every like Y2K, like you see photos. If you go back and watch Entourage or something, you will die because it's like all the extras, all the girls in the whole series are all wearing the same stuff. So it's not a
Mhm.
new thing. But I think the reason it bothers me right now is because it does ruin a good thing. So it's like I'm so excited to watch the Carolyn Bessette um JFK Jr. thing. I told you this, Nina, on the voice note. Like, my mom actually was like pulling some Carolyn Bessette stuff last year for me for some concepts, and it was like way ahead of like, she didn't know they were making like, she just pulled that out from her own
Mhm.
memory of like a vibe. Um, and so it made me extra excited because it was top of mind for me last year. And it really is just hard to like you said, like, I don't know. We're not meant to see this much information like for inspiration. Like it just takes the good thing and turns it into like this, yeah, like sheepish, boring, everyone's the same, like no creativity, the same thing over and over again. And I'm like over it ruining good things. I guess is where my passion lies. It's like not only like is it annoying that like everyone just wants to copycat each other, I'm sick of these things that I like and enjoy getting ruined by the masses. And that's like stupid. Like I don't know why I'm hung up on that, but it really is like, I don't know. I'm like, can people just enjoy something? Like, even if it's not about like copycatting the style, it's like other culture phenomenons. And like, do we have to tear everything apart and like dissect it and make it this like thing that we all have an opinion on and we all reshare? Like, just watch it, enjoy it, and be inspired by it and like go to the next thing. You know what I
That's
mean?
true. Well, I think like I don't know. I have like I get it. I get the concept of
Obsession.
mass obsession. Like I
That's the
get it
part I get it too, but
because
I don't share that.
no, but it's like I get it like on a human level. It's like
Mm-hmm.
everyone at their base wants to feel loved and included and accepted, right?
True.
And
True.
then all of a sudden, the masses are like, hey, this is what's cool. Like, if you fall under this umbrella, you will be massively accepted. And it
True.
kind of like allows you to bypass a little bit of that flop era, a little bit of that like uncomfortability when it comes to like
Mm.
coming into your own style and finding your own voice and then finding your own scent and grounding into your own energy, right? So I think that that's where I have like the tension with and like because I'm like, no, you guys don't understand. Like if you keep doing this like sheepish thing and keep falling for like clean girl aesthetic, like whatever the vibe is at the time, if you keep falling for the trends, you're going to miss out on yourself in these like pivotal years of your 20s, early 30s, where you have the opportunity to really step into who you are as a woman.
Yeah.
That's where I have my
There
like,
you
oh,
go. That's spot on. That's
right?
spot on. That's spot on. I just had conversation yesterday. I'm gonna hire. She's a friend, and I want to have her on the pod. Secret surprise of who she is. I won't give it away today. But this fabulous person in my life is gonna help me with Louis Vega content, and we had this conversation about, because I really like want to grow my socials and put myself out there, and I was like, I really just want it to feel like me. Blah 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 blah. All the things you say. She was like, we were talking about like other examples of things and just this whole concept of like the audience. And she was like, if you can grow a following really fast, really big, if you want to go basic, if you just want to like, do you know what I'm saying? But she's like, if you want to be you and be niche, because I asked her, I was like, this is an ego question, but I was like, do you think what I'm doing is interesting enough? And she was like,
I love that. No,
yeah,
I like you
right?
asking that. I
Yeah,
like
I was like, it's honest.
It's so
I'm like,
real. That's so honest.
We had this whole vision and we were putting it out. And she's like, we'll get Arc Digest. Like, we're dreaming big at the table. And I'm like, do you think it's
Yeah.
interesting enough? And she was like, Caroline, like, there is no such thing as that. Like, you have to show them what's interesting. Like, that's your job, to make it interesting. And you are interesting and it'll work if you believe in it and yourself. But like, damn, does it take time? It's 4X. And I was like, that's true. And I think that, like, to your point, I'm saying all that because it's the flop era. Like, I'm about to have some moments where like I put myself out there and I'm like, like look back on it, or I'm like, but I just got to do it. I just got to keep going. I got to grind. Consistency equals results and
Yeah.
equals, bringing out the creativity, finding the authenticity. But I do think in the midst of that, there's some flop stuff, and it's much easier to go directly to the thing that you know is chic. And because the masses already love it or they're already posting about it, because then you're getting the instant gratification of that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but it's like you're getting like back to the conversation of like you're getting instant gratification from the masses. So people who are bypassing their own flop era.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like a surface level.
Yeah, it's not
like,
real.
Yeah, like it doesn't like there's no like depth to it. Which I find, I don't know,
Boring. It's
boring.
boring.
But at the same time, I mean, I'm like with me like managing like the Waldorf, the Nova, and then my own personal Instagram. Which my
Mm-hmm.
personal is not like that's not anything business
But
related.
you're
But I
just seeing
just
a lot of content.
Sure, yes, and I'm seeing like things, and then I'm watching all these videos of like ways to go viral, what kind of what did it up, like just this like copy and paste thing, and then I see people like, oh, trends for the month for you to try out on your page, and I'm just kind of like, when does it end? Like,
Right.
and don't get me wrong, like there are I think the best times talking about like social media trends is if there's a specific trend and it does already align with like the brand and vision, the thing that you have, and then
Yeah.
that's a special moment, right? So like I'm not saying
Mm-hmm.
like I'm never like fuck the trends, like be your own thing, like obviously not. I'm a white girl, I'm literally in Uggs, yoga pants, I go to Pilates, I'm
For sure.
right, you're
Yeah.
like
We're a part of the system.
I'm a part of the system. I
Mm-hmm.
definitely participate in like mass likings of things. If I genuinely like it, I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck yeah.
Yeah,
But
because
I
sometimes
think,
there's well, wait, let's back up a second. No,
sure,
actually,
sure.
you finish. You finish.
No, oh, I already lost it. It's gone.
Sorry.
It's
Sorry.
okay. It's okay.
I just wanted to give credit where credit's due.
Sure.
There's a reason why things blow up.
Exactly.
So let's not discredit the goodness. I love the aesthetic we're seeing. I relate to it a lot. I love a simple tee and a tailored pant. Like, there's a reason why. Do you know what I'm saying? So I don't want to
Yes.
discredit the once everyone's talking about Pilates, you really got to try it, really got to try it. And then you go try it, you're like, yeah, fuck yeah, this is good. This
Changed
is
my
really
life.
good.
Like I could talk
There's
about
a
it
lo-
all day.
Right. Like there's a
Yeah.
reason why everyone likes it. So so I think that's a good point though that maybe you were about to make and then I fucking interrupted you. But I just want to say, like, you can't, I have an aversion to like in an ego way of like, we've talked about this on here before, like
Yeah.
being like everyone else. Like I want to be myself. I want to be unique. I've never been like that great at like group things or group think. But I think the important thing is like not thinking about that too hard and taking what you like from what you see, pieces of what you like and what you see, and using them. Like whether it's in fitness or in health or in politics or in fashion or in the home space, like it's about collecting and then creating, right? there's a difference between collecting and creating from versus collecting and mimicking and copying, pasting.
Just like regurgitating without like processing and wondering like, why do you like this thing? So yeah, this type of conversation couldn't go in as deep as like the building blocks of your personality. But for the sake of this episode, we're going to be talking about like style, like how to find like your sense of style, because I feel like there's a lot of conversation around that. And to your point, it really does come down to like, you see something you like, pulling inspiration from it, digesting it, processing why you like it, what is it, the thing that you like about it. Style specifically, I'm always drawn to certain silhouettes. So certain silhouettes like jump out to me, where I'll save an outfit just based off a silhouette, even if it's like bright orange. I would never be caught dead in bright orange. Even though I do have a pair of bright orange shoes, which I adore. But that's the thing, is like, but
it's
like
a one-off. Wait, tell us about your style. I think this will be fun for the crowd, because we obviously just like ranted for a minute. So thanks for bearing with us, guys. Let's take it back, Neen. What's your style evolution? Because I'm in the crux of like a big moment of this stuff. So I kind of want to share mine, but I want you to share yours first. Like, take us back to high school, college, post-college, to where you are now.
Okay, so
because it really is expression.
Yeah, and I feel, I mean, high school, college, like it was regurgitation, right? I was in college in 2016. We wore chokers,
but still,
tops.
like, were you regurgitating? Were you trying to look like sexy? Were you trying to look like, what was your MO? Like, even if you were regurgitating, that's fine. That's what everyone does at that age. So it's not even that. I'm like, what was your goal with your clothes? Was it to just put something like a little crop top and a skirt on and go to the party? Or were you like, I have a mission here with my wardrobe?
No, never had a mission. I know I've talked about this a lot on the podcast, about how like growing up, like my goal was to fit in. Like my goal was always to be fit, to fit in and to be liked. And I was super observant. So I would just see the things that everyone would do and like fit myself right in. The issue is that I naturally just don't fit in. Like I'm like 5'10" and like, you know.
That was going to be my question. Was your height, were you insecure ever about your height and wanted to fit in, so you would like minimize your clothes or anything like that?
I would minimize everything. So like it like the clothes just kind of like, I would minimize my personality to fit in, and like the clothes are the expression of the personality and just everything. So like, to answer your question, I didn't have much of any kind of personal style. And then there were things that I like, things that I leaned towards, but they were still kind of within the umbrella of like the acceptable masses. It wasn't till post-college where I started working at ADAC, which is a design center, and everyone in there is always so.
And you modeled, so like you're kind of in the, you're seeing some things from that, right?
I'm seeing things. Yeah, I'm seeing high fashion stuff, but like high fashion stuff doesn't usually translate to like what you wear to work, right? There's a lot of like layers from like a high fashion runway to like you getting in your car and going to work. So like I would like see things I would like, but like post college modeling era, sure, I was definitely, that's when I think I started actually experimenting. And it wasn't until this like beginning of this year where I gave away 5 trash bags full of clothes from my closet, where I was like, oh, I know where this is headed now.
Yeah.
Like I'm like same with you. Yes, at a crux where like I actually know what I like now. And I'm going to talk about how I got to that point. But first, you need to answer your own question.
Okay. So it's interesting. I had a really opposite evolution to you.
I know. That's why we work so well. We really come in from like two extremes.
Different angles.
And that's why I thought you were cool. I thought you were cool in high school. And I was like, I'm not that cool.
I'll say I've gotten that from people. Like I was kind of cool. Like I wasn't maybe cool. Like I wasn't like, it wasn't a social thing, but like I had for the time kind of my own vibe. Like I would go, me and Mish would like somewhere in high school, me and my best friend Mook, like we were into it. We had like, we're following like Olivia Palermo and Leandra Cohen, the Man Repeller, like all these people before they were people, like 15, 16 years old. And we were like, we're going to get a pair of Stuart Weitzman boots. We're going to get the Givenchy bag. Like, and this wasn't like the culture at our school. It was not like
Mhm.
There, it's a privileged place, but there wasn't a flashy scene. It wasn't like it was probably more embarrassing to dress nice or drive a fancy car than it would be promoted. It was not that.
Mhm.
And that's just a Catholic vibe. But we felt that itch, and we would go and like go to the mall all the time and look around at Neiman's, and I was super into it. And then at that point I thought I was gonna go into some fashion thing. Um, and I really collected, like, I still use, I have, like, 3 designer bags. I have a Louis Vuitton satchel that's, like, coming back. It's kind of retro now. The classic Balenciaga, I don't even know what the style is called, but the one you would know. And then a Gucci brown suede bag. 2 of those I've had since I was 16 years old. And
Wow. I could
and the other one I
never.
got last year on the real. So I know. Like, I don't know. I knew something. I knew aesthetic. I knew what I liked. And it wasn't, I look back and it looks terrible to me now, but at the time I was like, I was having this feeling of like, I know what's cool. I know what's ahead. And it gave me a lot of self-esteem, and it gave me a lot of creative expression and power every time we had a school dance or something like that. Like, I thrived in finding the piece I wanted, and then like pairing it with, like, again, if we look back, it's ugly. But like at the time, it was cute. It was cool. It was different. And I liked getting attention from that. That was like the place I seeked attention in my life. I think in a fine, positive, healthy way. I don't think it was like overly anything. And then I went to college in the southern, I felt like at Georgia, it was just kind of like, okay, this isn't really worth bringing the Balenciaga bag out in Athens, so I'm going to tone it down. So I started toning it down, and then I did an internship at the buying department at Neiman Marcus, and that was my first trial at Fashion World because I had, only the interiors background. And that summer I racked up a pretty and great staple wardrobe of like nice pieces, all the way from like just Vince stuff because you would get like 30 on 30. So I would go on the weekends. I spent every dime I made there. And I had
I
like,
get that.
yeah, so my wardrobe's confusing right now because I have a lot of nice pieces from like Vince and Helmut Lang and Chloe, all from that summer, but it's not who I am. It's not aligned anymore. So I'm having this really weird wardrobe crisis. But okay, before I get there, then I don't really wear all this in college because, again, it's Athens. I'm not trying that hard. I lose it. I'm losing the zest. I'm losing the care. I start also getting repulsed by Gucci belts and Golden Goose shoes, and I never had any of that, but I got
Mhm.
repulsed by logos, and I'm having this feeling of kind of not liking the whole like department store inventory shit. But I don't know
Yeah,
where to go
the
next, you
uniform.
know? The
Like, I
uniform, and
no, I'm
even
with you.
if I'm picking out the unique Balenciaga bag, I still am just like, I don't know. Okay, I don't know how I feel. Then I go through some hard years here post COVID, and I really then want to shrink myself. I want to hide in baggy clothes. I want to not look good. I don't want anyone to see me because that was easier for my um, for the way in which I was functioning through the world. So I lost it all. I was like, haven't touched any of these nice clothes in years. They're all still in my closet. I don't feel like wearing them out. I don't care. I'm basically to basics or buying like one off, like sometimes something like if I need something new at like a Zara, like, do you know what I'm saying? And like financially, like I can't like be spending all this money on clothes in my 20s. So
Right.
come to present day, the last year, 6 months, I'm so ready to reinvent my personal style. I'm like feeling this itch in my bones. Like, and right now I'm focusing on pulling inspiration, looking at what I like and don't like. And then I need to probably do like a huge edit because I do have some good staple pieces and I get very attached to things. But my evolution starts right now. So I don't really even know how to say like where it's going. I could probably share some of it and it could be like a fun little thing for the episode. What I have
Let's
on
do
my
it at
pin
the end.
board. Yeah. But it is interesting. I have like a lot of evolution from like caring so much and feeling really confident and proud of my thing to going from like literally to the polar opposite where it's like my identity marker in that thing was gone, you
Yeah,
know?
and hearing you talk did bring up, like, a little bit more, I guess, from, like, my evolution, I would say. Um 'cause I think for a large I mean, still in my life, but I guess I just care less now. But for a large part of my life, I was, like, told, like, "Oh my god, you're so beautiful, you're so hot, like, body
Yeah.
rocking, da da da." So I really did lean into a lot more, like, sexy styles, which I still enjoy and I still
Yeah.
love. Like, I love, like, a little body moment, but I would say that, like, back then, it was more like dressing to get validated, whereas now I find the sexiness in I still find the sexiness in things, but it's about, like, what I think I feel sexy in
Exactly.
rather than and sometimes that is, like, a corset or and sometimes it's, like, a baggy outfit and, like,
Yep.
a pointed toe, like, a really dramatic pointed toe shoe that I just feel like I'm,
Exactly.
like,
Like, kinda
stomping
low
around
rise, you
in.
see a little hip with your
Yes.
tank top,
Yes.
like, it is way less for validation and more about a feeling you feel when you wear it.
Yeah, and I think that's what I'm kind of getting at is like so so I went from like wanting to fit in. I had my peak moments. On my sophomore year of high school, I wore a zebra off the if I still had it to this day, I would wear it. It was a zebra off the shoulder like drapey mini dress and
Ooh,
it
sounds
was
cool, honestly.
I did I did shoplift that 100%.
I love to think of Nina as this, like, rebel-y kid teenager that you were.
It wasn't even I
How
was trying to
fun.
It wasn't even that I was trying to rebel, I was just like, "Yeah, I want that." And I didn't tell anybody, I was just like, "Yeah." And I got
Well,
away with it, and shout out Dillard's, love
I think
Dillard's,
it's a
and
rite
I
of
do spend my
passage.
hard-earned money there now. But yeah, that I would give anything to still have that dress because of the story behind it too, and just, like,
Yeah,
the era, but
and
what
animal print's
regard
back in right now.
I know, and it's so cute. Oh, I saw a picture the other day and I was like, "Damn it." So there were definitely like I had moments, I definitely led with like sexy and like
Mhm.
body, so that's where I would get the most validation. I didn't know how to develop my own style, so I think like leading with sexiness, especially at, like when you're a young girl, like it's a trope you fall into, I would say.
I mean, sometimes it's fun too, like, let's be honest, like
Oh, I'm definitely still into it. Like definitely still
yeah,
into
no
it, but
shame in the game.
I think there was I was seeking a lot more validation though
Yeah,
in the
it
early ages.
I feel like it's hard to develop a style if you're just trying to be sexy for that reason because
Oh, it's quite near impossible.
yeah, it's very narrow.
Yeah.
It's very narrow on,
Um
like, silhouettes and textures and, like, you know what I mean? Like
yeah. But okay, let's talk about how now we're at this point cuz now we know what we're like. We just haven't swiped the card yet. Do you see what I'm saying?
exactly. Yeah,
So
exactly.
now we're at a point
I might be a
um
little behind you. I think I still have to figure out a little bit of this new identity behind my thing, but but there's still a lot of natural instinct of what I like. I think if you see my board, you're gonna be like, you got what you like." You know what I mean?
yeah, no, I think we're I don't know. I think we're neck and neck. I really do.
Yeah. Yeah.
But so pretty much um it was when I started Nova Linda, right?
Mhm.
Cuz before how I approach clothes was like, oh, I like this one thing and I'm gonna buy it and it's gonna work for this like one outfit, but like how much do I actually
Yes.
rewear it? Like it was a lot of like that like college mindset, like a going out top, right? Rather than like a piece that like I could actually like live in and grow in. Like close to me now also, it's like I dress up a lot more just to like go run errands or
Yeah.
go to
Yeah.
work. And I
Yeah.
still like, go out to dinners and stuff, but it's not like you're, going out in a crop top and like skinny jeans,
Yeah.
even though there's definitely still a
No, it
place for
makes a
that.
difference. Like, it really is like putting some effort in. Like, I have my girlfriends here. We're always together and we're always in sweats. And then we're working on this project together. I'm helping them with some set design for a TV pilot. And we needed a work day. And I like just put on not a nice outfit, but like jeans. Like, actually, I think I wore these, like my corduroys and like a cute little tee. And it like made a difference in me working there because do you know what I mean? Instead of the sweats or whatever, and it's hard for me to, like, get out of that rhythm sometimes because 'cause I'm like, "Well, I'm gonna go to the gym after. I might as well get in my sweatpants and just keep them on all day." And it's like, "No, you can change at the gym." You know what
Totally.
I mean? And it's like,
Totally.
it is really makes a huge difference in, like, productivity, how you feel about yourself, self-esteem, like and that's what I keep trying to remind myself to get back in this groove of caring. Like, I keep used to say, "I don't care." It's not true. I mean, that's not true. I do care, and I really adds
Yeah.
value, you know?
Yeah, and also like I don't know. Okay, so here's some key things that I've noticed as I've been like honing in on
Mhm.
like what how to develop my style and like what that looks like there's two parts here. There's like the internal of it, of like how I feel and things that make me feel good and da da da. And then two, which I think is still a big part. Like even if you say you don't care what people think, like let's be like, can we just cut through the shit for like a goddamn second? And we do care. We do care.
Totally.
You know,
Totally.
maybe we don't care to the point where it's gonna like we're gonna like go to like cry in our bed over like some random person saying that they don't like my outfit. But to that point is another thing what I thought about when starting to develop my style is how am I going to be received,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because
It
when I
matters.
walk into a store and I need some customer service help and I'm in sweatpants versus like a nice work outfit, a pair of heels, a cute little top, I get two different kinds of service from people,
It's
you know?
true.
And that's a small
For
example,
better or
but
for worse. It's a
it's
big conversation, but it's like them limiting pajamas on planes and how you should or shouldn't dress at ADAC. Like, it's a real conversation. It's just facts.
well, and I really recognize it ADAC because I'm working with these interior designers all the time. So I'm working with these tastemakers, essentially.
Yeah.
Designers, fashion, like anyone working in this kind of like creative space is a tastemaker, art. So I'm recognizing that like who the fuck would want to buy anything from me if they don't like they're going to buy it from me. If they don't like what I'm wearing, like I'm going to lose credibility, right?
Yeah.
If I'm
Yeah.
pointing at a wallpaper with a botched manicure, they're going to look at the fucking botched manicure. I would. I'm
Yeah.
I'm surface level like that, like
Well, it's
so
distracting.
yeah, and it like how you dress really does communicate to the world like how much you care, right? How
Yeah.
much you value like what you look like. And I'm like guys, take it with a grain of salt. I'm not saying like you have to go to the grocery store in heels, although it's kind of fun. But like just do what you can. But those are the two things I was thinking about is like the internal of how I feel and the external of how I'm going to be received.
Yeah.
Um, and with that in mind, I'm telling you guys, just get on Pinterest and create a board. And
Yep.
what you're going to do is you're going to tell yourself, I have no rules to this board, right? You're just going to start pinning shit that you like, from clothes to interiors. Sorry, guys, I'm having video issues today. Full moon. So
Yeah. Full
go
moon.
on
No,
Pinterest, give your
Mercury retrograde.
anything.
Mhm.
Shitty Wi-Fi, who knows?
All
But
of it.
all of it. So that's like get on Pinterest and like the biggest thing is give yourself no rules. Caroline, do you remember when you were talking about like you had this nice journal and you want to start writing in it? But you were
Yeah.
like, I don't want to ruin the journal. Like if I start writing in then
Yes.
this and then you start like overthinking like what you're putting in the journal, which defeats the whole purpose of just like getting your thoughts on paper.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
found the same kind of thing with
With
like
the Pinterest board.
Pinterest.
Yep.
Yes, is like, oh, but this is like a home one, so only home, and then I have to put the home things here, and then the
That's
shoes over
right.
here,
That's
and then
right.
this over here, and you start overthinking it too much. Don't do that. You just start by pinning things that you like. As I mean, from quotes to I don't know. It could be like
Objects,
literally
colors,
anything, anything.
plants,
It
literally
could be
anything
like
can go on there.
random wedding invitations. I've pinned that
Yeah.
before. Fonts, like every single thing that you like.
Yeah.
And that's where you start.
Yep. I
And
love
once I
that
start,
advice.
right?
Yep. I think all good things have come from that in my life of like doing that first and then editing down later or having someone sit with me and be like, ooh, like remember when we've done it together for PS and some other things that we're working on, like those meetings and those visual things are so fun because it gets you excited. It gets you really excited. It's aspirational. It's like, oh, I could have that coat or whatever. Like, I love this. Okay, then I'm thinking step two is like, yeah, maybe editing a little bit. But even before that is like this overwhelming sense of like what you have now versus what you want to get.
That's such a good
And
point.
logistics
Such a
of
good
that. That's
point.
where I'm at. I'm a little frozen. So like I have all these pieces. I feel really bad just giving them away. I don't know if I quite have time to sell them. I might like put that on my March to-do list to like get back into Poshmark because I've made some decent money from Poshmark and like selling. But I think it's very overwhelming and I think this is when you could call a friend for help. I might do that because you
I
stand
so wish I
there.
was there. This is
I know,
this is my everything. This is my Olympics.
right? Oh, come out.
I love going through people's closets and getting rid of shit.
I know because it's so, I mean, it depends on your personality. I have all these pieces from eras and I'm very sensitive to like, I think I'm sentimental. I don't know what the word is, or I'm scarcity mindset sometimes with things. I don't know. I don't know what the diagnosis is, but I don't like to get rid of things. And I always find a reason that I might need it. And I already did one purge a few weeks ago, and my girlfriends were like, I was like, but this is a great court suit and this is a great funeral dress. And they're like, Caroline, this is really depressing. Like, why don't you just get rid of it? And I'm like, no, because I need it. And then I like had jury duty in the mail. I'm like, you don't know when you're going to need this shit. So anyway, it's overwhelming. It's hard. You might not have that much closet space. Like, I'm just trying to be a realist that can be an overwhelming thing to tackle. And you can do it in chunks or whatever. That's what I'm doing. And I also think, like, yeah, having a friend or someone there that's a little unbiased to be like, that's butt ass ugly, or be like, sweetie, you haven't worn that in 10 years. Like, there also might be a place. One thing I started with last year when I did my first closet edit, and these girlfriends I keep referencing, they're actually professional organizers, so I got very lucky that they're incredible at this. But they made an area in the back of my closet for these like pieces that like I've been really unwilling to give up. It'll be like this like fringe shirt that I wore to concerts in college, or these pants that someone gave me and they're like, I'm definitely not wearing them, but I'm like, they're too like whatever. And they're like, okay, some of this you may want to keep forever. Some of it just sounds like ridiculous that you won't get rid of it from what I was saying about it. So they stacked it as tightly as they could all in the back of the closet. And they were like, if you don't think about these things or come back to them for a year, just get rid of some of it next year. And so I had to face that noise this year. Like, there are so many things that you go a whole year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. You don't even know what's in there. You're not touching it. And the whole moral of the story is when you can see your stuff and it's edited, that's my best advice to anyone. Nicer items, fewer items. You will feel so cleansed and invigorated by what's in front of you. And the idea that like we can't wear the same incredible black blazer over and over and over again is a lie. Do you
Yeah,
know what I mean?
if you go on my Instagram, there are these gray trousers, these oversized gray trousers, and I wear them at least 3 to 4 times a week with everything. They're my
Different
favorite.
tops, different blazers, different belts, however you want. Those trousers could be $80, they could be $800. It doesn't matter. It's just like when you have a staple piece like that, like, and you love it and it fits well, like, I think the goal is having more of those and less of the frilly things.
Yes.
But I don't know. Everyone's closet is going to be different, but I think that's like a good.
No, you said so much and my mind is like absolutely buzzing. So let me just rant.
Sorry.
Let me rant for like, no. I'm like, you said such good stuff. Okay. So we have like, we're going to be like working parallel, right? So we have the Pinterest page going. You're just pinning things you like call it like my new era. Like for me, it's Nova Linda. So like Nova Linda is a direct reflection of my evolution of style and everything and things like I like. So so my Nova Linda is like my endless manifestation of things I like. I'll go on Pinterest like middle of the night, like when I'm peeing, and I'm just like boom, 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 throwing things in there. So there's that part of it, because the more you attune your mind to seeing things that you visually like, the more it's going to see it when you're out and about. Okay. Yep. This isn't like go on Pinterest, make a budget and start buying shit. No. Second part to this is you go into your own closet and you have yourself a glass of wine and you start playing dress up. The amount of joy that I get from playing dress up in my own closet probably has to be studied. I think we could put this in the DSM to like cure some mental illnesses out there, because it actually but here's the thing is all of a sudden I'm trying on a dress that is a dress and then putting it with a pair of pants, doing a cool little drapey thing and kind of heels. All of a sudden it's a shirt. So like, so what I did like beginning of the year, and I purged 6 bags of clothes, and I'm really good at getting rid of shit. Again, we're two opposite ends. But the criteria came to like, for me giving away stuff, it was, do I like the way this fabric feels on me? Do I like when I put this on, do I like the way that this fits me? Do I feel good in it? Yeah. And that was the criteria, because I had a lot of just like shitty sweaters in there.
Yeah, and everything becomes subjective. It's like that's the funeral court thing. It's like, could you wear this at some point for a reason? Yeah. Are you going, like, that's not a great, I guess like maybe that's like too specific, but like you could do that with so many things. Concerts, music festival. What if I need it? What I need it? Do you feel good in it? Right. Do you love it? Does it feel nice on your body? Like, do you feel confident in it? That's more of the questions.
like, look in the
Not
mirror.
will I
Do you
need
look
it.
right? Do you look good or not? If you don't look good, then why the fuck would you hold on to that? Because
Yeah, it's so
a
true.
big
So
part of
true.
manifestation is creating room for something to come in
Yes.
and fill that
New
space.
things. That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
So playing dress up in your closet.
Love
And
that.
then something I used to do, I'm like better at it now, was like once a year I do a purge and I turned all my hangers like opposite way. So
Ooh.
then a year from now I went into my closet and all the clothes I could physically see all the clothes I didn't turn. And then from there, that's where I started my purge. Now there were some like items in there that were like memory pieces that I'm like, I'm not
Yeah.
getting rid of this. This is so
Yeah.
cool and weird. You're staying, even though like I'm not like I do feel emotionally tied to you. But then there were some things I was like, oh, I know why I didn't wear you. Like you have a hole, or like you're
Yeah.
constrictive as fuck, and like yeah, it's like you're a cute turtleneck, but I can't breathe in you, and I hate you, and I'm never gonna wear
Exactly.
you. So
Exactly.
and then for people like my like Sam, who doesn't like getting rid of shit, and this is on record. I've told him this to his face and he still cannot prove it because it's that good. What I do every year for him is I go through his wardrobe because I am the
Mhm.
creative director and stylist and like swag master
Absolutely.
of the relationship.
All women
Yeah,
be.
right. Like, that's just like an easy job. Um and I go through his stuff and I pull all of his clothes that I know he hasn't worn last year or that I deem don't look good on him. And I don't give them away because I know he's sentimental about his stuff. And like, who am I to give away his shit? But I do put them aside in a box,
There you go.
right? So say I put like in a big box. And my rule that I've told him to his face, I say, if at any point throughout the year you ask me for even one item in that box and you wear it, I will put everything in this box back in the closet.
Yeah.
Anyways, we've been together for 9 years and I've never had to do that. And I do this
Yeah.
once a year. So,
Yeah. Yeah, because we outgrow, like we change and we grow, and to think that, like, think about all the things that we shed. Like, you're gonna shed things in your wardrobe, but for some reason it feels so hard to like rid of because we spend money, and I don't know. It's just a tricky one. I think a lot of people get stuck on this. So like I think that's all great advice. I'm gonna take some of what you said. I like the playing dress up, like try things on,
please
have a
play
friend,
dress
have a
up.
glass of wine, have a full length mirror, walk around, watch the Sex and the City movie where they do that with Carrie's stuff. And they
Yeah.
like do the little cards where they like keep, bring, throw away, whatever. Like, and you could each, if you have a friend group of 3 or 4 girls, you could each do it for each other. Like, this could be like a fun little spring activity where everyone gets to do this with each other, and everyone gets an afternoon or something. And I also think, like, yeah, like, I don't know, there's something to be said about this concept of like getting rid of and like taking a beat and letting the universe show you what's supposed to come in next. Do you know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Like, instead of
Exactly.
going to the store, getting all the new things, and then being like, okay, now it doesn't even fit my closet. Now I have to get rid of some things. Like, do the get rid of things first, and then like take a beat, let the shelves be open for a few weeks or even a few months. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I have no clothes right now. I'm just
yeah,
re-wearing the
it's
same
me
outfits
either.
over and over.
Me
Like, and
too.
we're
I've
just
worn
kind
this
of,
little Zara sweater like 17 times in the last 3 weeks. And then eventually I'll never want to wear it again. And that's fine because it's Zara. But like, I think that um taking a beat like really allows for, and then go back to the Pinterest board and see what more you want to add. Like, that could evolve as you've cleansed, because sometimes cleansing is when the good stuff even comes in. So I kind of like this going back and forth between the Pinterest board and the cleansed closet with open shelves and open areas, and like letting that flow for a little bit before you make decisions. And then my next question for you is, tell us a little bit about, I think this is like the part 3, about just like what you like. Like, what's on your board? Like, I don't know if you like pull up a window right now and just want to like name some things, or if you can think of it off the top of your head. Like, I
yeah,
know
no,
from
I got
following
this.
you, and I am like so obsessed, and I feel like you were ahead of this like vibe that's happening right now, to be honest. Like, this, like, whatever, you describe it, but you were a little ahead of it when we started looking at all this a year or 2 ago.
Well, I'm ahead, then I'll be behind because it's just the things that I like, So it just is what it is.
Totally. It's a
But
mixture, but
yeah, so when developing Nova Linda, I know that I referenced a lot of like medieval, old world, like, and I've spoken a lot about that. The reason why I speak that is because even though it was very performative back then, I'm completely obsessed with like overtly feminine things and the way that they like overly performed femininity back in the day with like the tight corsets and like they had like 7 outfits
Yeah, it's
throughout
so
the
good.
day, like one for breakfast, one for walking, one for tea, one for dinner. So like the way that like it just felt like every day was like this mass performance. And
It's a play. That's like literally what, just before you said mass performance, my brain goes, that's a play. Every
yeah.
day of your life is a play. And you're like, you have all these scenes, like cut to scene breakfast, cut to scene walking down. Like, I fucking love that. It's so
So
playful.
right. So there's an aspect of that that I find a lot of like inspiration from. I love a good corset. I love layering corsets like over like flowy shirts. I know that like
Fabrics.
yes, yeah, I know that I've like a corset over like a dress that like would just be like a plain dress. Like this idea of like kind of like dramatic layering, I'm really into.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so I've leaned into like this kind of like corset game, but there is this like I'm not this overtly feminine person, right? So like I also lean
No.
into the balance between having like the corset, but having also something like really masculine in there, like a lot of like rugged leather jackets. Like like one of my favorite pieces I've ever thrifted is this oversized leather jacket that was like literally worn by like a motorcycle gang, and it's like my most coveted piece. It's weighs like fucking 10 pounds or more,
I'm
like 20
obsessed.
pounds when I wear it, but like and it's like stiff because it's meant to like if you fall off the motorcycle like your
Yep.
skin doesn't peel off.
Your life is saved from that
Yeah.
jacket.
No, it's like literally body armor. So like I
Yeah.
love pairing an idea of something like that with something like really feminine. But I would say
Love.
like my general room of like rule of thumb is I like balancing something baggy with something tight.
Me too.
Um I like to keep um I do like more of like neutral toned clothing to build on, but
Mm-hmm.
I love a pop of like a weird shoe or a weird bag, a little something unexpected in the mix that kind of draws your eye but doesn't compete with the rest of the outfit. Like
Yeah.
my formula is always there should be like one thing that's a little weird and everything else is kind of like supports the thing.
Yeah. There's a
Um
supporting character, but like that thing could be dropped off on the table and the rest of your outfit's still complete.
yeah.
Do you know what I
So
mean? Like it's just an
mhm.
extra.
So going into spring, right now I'm really into, well, I'm Brazilian, so I'm always into a Havaiana flip flop, but like a
Mm-hmm.
lot of Havaiana flip flops.
Love that.
I'm into baggy capri cargos.
Love.
That's very specific, but I was just shopping for that. I'm into low rise parachute pants with
Mm-hmm.
like a tight little tank top, like something like a tank top I'm wearing now. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I'm into skirts that go to your knees, like not a midi skirt where on your calf, but like a knee skirt,
Yeah,
like
love.
something like that, like and showing off the knee down. I like
Love.
that. I think
Would you
that's
do a
like
heel with that? A boot? What do you do? I
I
think
would
shoes are the
do.
hardest part of wardrobe by far.
It would depend where I'm
People get
going.
their shoes wrong all the time, and I do too, and I don't know. That's where I think I need a stylist because I'm just like really. And the shorter you are, I think the harder it is, to be honest.
Well, that's the thing. I'm 5'10", so I do
I
have a little
know.
bit of like a
I know. Like any shoe, like you can wear a ballet flat or you can wear a boot. Like I can't really wear a ballet flat. I'm just gonna be fucking honest. Like I can't. So,
my go-to shoes that are consistently in the rotation is there's always going to be an Ugg boot in there. I'm obsessed with Uggs, always have been.
hmm
A ballet flat. Right now I'm really obsessed with my silver pair of ballet flats because they just add like
hmm That's your
a little
pop,
pop of
but it's
something, right?
neutral. Yeah.
But it's neutral, blah blah blah. So I'm into black Havaianas or just like flip-flops. Um but like a simple flip flop, an UGG boot, a ballet flat, and then for heels, like a flip flop or like a wedge heel. I'm so into like wedges right now. I'm really taking
Yes.
a lot of inspiration from like 2000s
Yeah.
era,
Yeah.
with the like the over like with the silhouette of the outfit, right?
Mm.
But then like
hmm
colors and patterns, it's Nova Linda, it's moody. Like I want like
Yes.
a dark print with like a dark skirt with like maroony orange like vines all over it.
I
That's
love
like
that.
that I wear, but like so that's another thing. Like I always pay attention to like silhouettes I really like on myself, and then I
Yep.
make that my own from there. But my outfit formula is always going to be like a basic top, a fun baggy pant, and then like a little heel or like a flip flop or
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, like super super casual and just like easy to run errands in and easy to wear. And then an outfit that can be dressed up with a heel, that can be worn throughout the day, but then dressed up with a heel and like a little bit different makeup and hair is like always a go-to for me.
Yep. I love everything you said. I align with honestly a lot of it. I think my description of where I'm going is not too different in the always have a baggy with a tight, always have masculine with a feminine. Um, I love like this essence of natural when it comes to textures, my hair, my skin, and a lot of that work is on me to because there's natural crunchy crusty and then there's natural glowy ethereal. And when
Oh
I'm
yeah.
natural glowy ethereal and I feel good in my body and I'm confident, a tight little tank top, low-rise jeans and the Havianas, I've never felt sexier in my life. Like
That's what I'm
literally
saying.
ever.
That
Like
is
so
exactly what I'm
that's the part
saying.
4 of the conversation is it's a little controversial, but like if you feel good in your skin, kind of anything you wear looks fucking good. It understated. Like, do you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And like
your
it comes
health
down to
is
your
the
hair.
best accessory.
It really is. Like, I hate to
So,
say it, but when I have a
yeah.
tan and I'm at the beach, like, and I'm in a black bikini, like, there's like literally nothing more beautiful to me than my own sense of style in that moment because I'm like, I can then put on the cute hat, the cute accessories, but like my main thing being the main thing still feels really good. Like, I love to dress from that place.
Yeah.
And then I also think that, like, I wanna like figure this out, but what I've always struggled it with is more formal. Like for me, like I is very rare I feel comfortable in a dress. And it's weird because the dress symbolizes like a femininity, which I do feel aligned with in like in touch with. But like for some reason I only feel comfortable in like a tight, sexy dress and not like I can't do frills, I can't do a lot of fabric, I can't do
Yeah.
a lot of pattern. So I'm trying to like figure that out because there's so many events and so many things where like I don't know, like, but I'm a big pants girl. I love like a button down, and then like the button down's buttoned a lot unbuttoned, and then there's like a bralette. So sometimes I'm even double baggy. I need to work on my like belt game, my shoe game, my purse game.
Well, okay, I was just double baggy at a dinner, like exactly
Mhm.
what you just talked about. I had one button done, so I had a little
Yeah.
cleavage poking
Yes.
out, and then I had a pointed toe boot, and then I
Exactly.
had like my sexy like little secretary glasses, and then my
Yes.
hair was in a pulled back, slick back bun.
Love, 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 love,
Right, right,
love.
right.
Yeah,
So like
that's right.
that's
That's right.
so yeah, you
And
can do a double
and
baggy, but you got to balance it out.
you got to balance it out, and like sometimes that looks like tucking in one of the like pieces in your jean and then like you said having just one button and then there's a little lace bralette or bra, and then you know what, go blazer no bra, like double breasted blazer no bra. um with baggy, that's like another cool double baggy, and like I think the pointed toe really helps with that vibe. If you
Mhm.
are going like whatever, like definitely strap on a heel. Like even if it's a kitten heel, but like if you have that pointed toe, it just automatically brings in this like femme like angular thing. Like it's like the angles in the fabric need to like all work together, and sometimes that's a belt, sometimes it's the structured bag. I don't know. Shorter you are, sometimes a little harder this is, but I do think that like, yeah, I'm figuring it out. I think it'd be really fun to share our mood boards. I don't know if we screen record and like add that to the
For sure.
to the feed or something, but like yeah, I'm in my era of like figuring this out, but I know intuitively it's all now I'm in the process of logistics, like cleaning up this closet, playing dress up with a glass of wine with a girlfriend and like taking some of your advice and kind of like embodying it. And then I need to continue to work on my health, hair, skin, body. Like those are all things I'm passionate about, and sometimes I fluctuate. Like, you know, this PMS I'm having doesn't really make me want to like do the little tank. So I've been going double baggy all week, and that's okay. But I don't know, it changes, it flows. It's all like doesn't need to be like a strict uniform all the time, but sometimes like you're in the mood for the uniform.
Yeah, and like to like leave you guys on a note is like how we talk about our brands. Your style will be an ever evolving thing. There's never a
Yeah.
point where you're like, did it. I'm done.
No.
Right? Like learning, and it also will coincide of like you learning what you like about yourself. And like
Yes.
it's big, it's what it, your style is the cherry on top of all the other work that you do that
Parts
we
of your
talk about
life.
on this podcast. Yes.
Yes. Amen.
Yes, but
That's
the like
right.
little tools that you can do to kind of like push that needle along is like, of course, Pinterest. So you can get your brain visibly aligned with like seeing things that you like, you know?
Yeah.
And then playing dress up in your closet. And then from dress up, get rid of, put one trash bag and just get rid of one trash bag of stuff. If you have that
Yeah.
problem, if you don't have enough clothes, it's like my sister. My sister doesn't have enough clothes. She
That's a
has
dream.
nothing.
It's
Yeah.
a fucking
And
dream.
and I'm like blank
Also, let's
slate.
just talk about price for a minute. The last 6 years, I've spent very minimal on my wardrobe, and I've still added some good pieces. So I like Gap is incredible for basics. There's always things at Zara. There's always things at Mango. There's always things at H&M online. A lot of these things are better online than in the store, to be honest. Thrifting takes more time, but guys, like that shit will change your wardrobe too, because then you get one of a kinds, whatever.
All of my
Um,
favorite pieces are thrifted, and this
mhm.
this this will actually change your life. With everything you just said, you find a good tailor in your neighborhood and you
Yeah.
bring everything to that tailor.
Yeah,
They're
go to
not
like a
expensive.
shitty shitty's not the right word, sorry. Go to like a low key
Yeah.
uh dry cleaner and ask if they have a tailor in there and start hemming your pants, start pulling things in. And like you're so right, like that is such an easy way to like thrift at Goodwill
All
or whatever and
I
get
am a
things.
no,
Even go to the men's section at Goodwill, find
yes.
some cool jackets, find some cool button downs, guys. Like this shit is cheap. Okay? It can be.
I'm a frequenter at Goodwill. I call it treasure hunting. Like I'll get like just like the urge to do it every once in a while. I'll maybe leave with one
Mhm.
good thing. I like the practice of going in there and just looking at everything. So like
Yeah.
that's, whatever. That's to each their own. But all of my favorite pieces in my closet are thrifted and then tailored. Every
Yep.
single one.
And in my
So
house, honestly. Like both areas. You'll get a lot of good one of a kinds if you put in the effort. But yeah, you have to go like once a week, twice a week for 3 months to find like 5 good things, let's be honest. Um
exactly.
but okay, we could go forever. I'm trying to think of like if there's any other high level thing I want to point out for this cuz it's really a good fun episode. And I feel like I could like keep saying stuff, but I don't know. Maybe we'll have to do a part 2 with some people with someone whose style we love and
I would
interview
love
them
that. Yeah.
and like they capture their essence because I think that is more of coming to like part 2 is like your own essence bringing these things up or your lifestyle. Like if I didn't live by the beach like all these years, like there would be different things if I lived in New York. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So like there's
Yeah.
like different things that evolve in your environment and I just think like it's all such fun stuff. It's a really fun way
Yeah.
to be creative.
And like that's a good point. Is that you want to dress for the life that you live. So like
Right.
that's another thing with
Right.
like following a lot of these influencers and stuff is like, if they're flying out to a different country every other week or they're going to like five-star
Mhm.
dinners every night, like that's a wardrobe. And like that sounds like a fun
Yeah.
lifestyle, but like you
That's
need
not
to
what I'm doing.
dress for your life. And that could be
Yeah.
if you're like into fitness. That could be focusing on like your fitness style. There is a thing there. I only ever buy like black and gray so everything matches because I like to look put together in that sense too. So like there are aspects of like, finding your style and everything, but like you don't need to set a goal of being like the next fashion influencer,
Yeah.
right? Because the best cool girls are ones that are simply more focused on being themselves and
Mhm.
being in alignment with what they like and
Mhm.
then dressing for like the lifestyle that they have, right?
That's
And
very true.
also the best cool girls are not girls that are just focusing on what they're wearing. They're girls that focus on building a really cool life and having cool hobbies and diving into their interests and investing into their friends. And through building that life, their aura and their energy grows. And then people want to be influenced by them, right?
Some moon
And
shit right there.
that's what I'm saying. So it's all connected. Like, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope you guys got something from this or even just some like a little bit of inspiration.
A little
Um,
energy. A little energy
yeah,
shift.
just a little bit of like a a new way to think about this when you see these like mass trends pop up, and approaching it in a way that you're like, I like this, cool, but like I'm going to use this as a tool to continue to find out who I am and what I like, and not have it be written for me out there of like who I am supposed to be.
Yes.
We don't want
That's
you in a
right.
box, people. We want you
No
in your most
boxes.
authentic nature. Yeah.
No. I love it.
I love
Love you
it.
guys. That was
All
fun.
right.
Thanks for joining. Mwah.
See ya. Peace. Bye. See.
Bye.